Hola, señoritas. I'm learning Spanish. Yay, bucket list. I can count to 39, by the way. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing 30, and I can't ever remember 40, but I can count to 39. Anyway, I'm doing this video because it is 1 year since I shaved my dreads, and I had no intention of doing an update video on that because, I don't know, I just didn't. But I've had a lot of questions lately, and I figured I would do one last video to kind of just tell people where I'm at now and about the experience of it after the fact, because I wrote about it and I talked about it a lot last year when it was new, but then the experience since then has been pretty amazing. Amazeballs. So, December 18th is a year since I cut my dreads. Obviously still rocking the short hair. Love it. Freaking love it. I had short hair in the past, and I would wash it and use all this product, and I never understood why anybody liked it because it was so much work. And then I realized this time that if you never wash it, except with water every couple days, and not scrub it, but just get it wet every couple days, no product is perfect. It literally, you can roll out of bed and it'll be fine. Never wash it. Now, of course, I've gone through the whole transition of not shampooing anymore, so if you're new to it, it may take some time for your body to adjust to the no poo method. Google it if it's new to you. But it's been amazing and I love it. And right now I'm rocking the side cut because I was like, what the hell. I actually saw a picture on Pinterest and loved it, and I love it. I love it. It's simple, it's easy, it's fun, it's funky. It's something that I never thought I would do, because it's not totally me, but it is. It feels so good, but I didn't think it was me. I didn't think I could pull it off. I really don't care anymore. Had it short for 7-8 months, and it was amazing, and a lot of people didn't get it. I comments all the time when are you gonna grow your hair back out, or if I hadn't shaved it for a while, yeah, I'm kind of liking it when it's a little bit longer. And then I'd be like, bzzz, and shave it all off again. It was a liberating experience to be like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if I look pretty. I don't care if I, fit a mold. I don't know. I just didn't. I needed that experience of 8 months of kind of a middle finger to femininity. Not even that, because I felt so feminine and so beautiful without hair. In a way that I can't describe. You just have to experience it. If you're a woman that's shaved your head, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a woman that hasn't shaved your head, try it. It's amazing. Yeah, it was a really incredible experience, very freeing, very liberating from day one. The first probably couple of days, I was just euphoric high, in another realm, and then it just got comfortable. It wasn't euphoric anymore, but it just felt really good to not worry about it, not think about it, and not care what other people thought. I got tons of crazy looks and comments. Most of the comments were actually positive, oh, I wish I could do it, I've always wanted to, and I would totally try to convince them to do it, of course, because everybody should have this experience. But it was just learning to accept myself without a gimmick. Not that hair is a gimmick, but just without a persona, without something that people could look at you and say, oh, she's a hippie, or oh, she's this, or oh, she's that. People looked at me and they're like, does she have cancer? Is she gay? Is she on drugs? Does she ride a motorcycle? People just didn't know. And that was really fun. It was good for me to be able to experience me without anything, without a cover, without a costume, without a wig. It was sort of a practice of radical authenticity. This is me with nothing on the outside, if that makes any sense. Because obviously I still wore clothes most of the time. I don't know, it's really difficult to explain, but it was very much a practice in self-acceptance, in raw self-acceptance. Something that I'm sure I'm going to be practicing my entire life, something that I'm sure that all of us probably practice our entire life, because as soon as we come to accept ourselves, we change again. And then our old ideas of, is this okay, come up. And, it was just 8 months of, yes, this is okay. It is okay that I have my head shaved. It is okay that people don't think it looks great. It's okay that sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, what did I do? This looks crazy. It's totally okay, because as soon as I turned around from that mirror, I didn't give a fuck. It wasn't crossing my mind. I didn't think about it. I wasn't in the stores thinking about if I looked okay. I would look in the mirror every once in a while and be like, okay, maybe I should grow it out. But then as soon as I got out from that mirror, as soon as I stopped dwelling, I could just be and be okay with it. And I loved it. I loved it. Why did I grow it out? Because I was ready for it. I wanted something different. I wanted to have fun with it. I love it. It's fun. It's funky. It's easy. It's actually easier than shaving my head, because I only do this not very often. I cut it myself now. I don't use any product, like I was saying. I don't use any shampoo. It's just fun, and I'm enjoying it. But the main question that I get, and the one that I want to answer, is, do you miss your dreads? I do not miss my dreads at all. I love dreads. I still think they're beautiful. I still admire them, especially on women. I think they're very powerful. They carry with them a lot of story and energy and power and just raw beauty, and they're incredible. I still love them. I do not miss them. I do not want to have them again. I might have them again. I don't know. Like, I've gotten to that point in my life where I can honestly stop saying, this is how I'm going to be forever, because I keep changing my mind. I thought I'd have dreads forever too, and that didn't last more than a little over 3.5 years. I thought I'd have a shaved head forever, and that lasted 8 months. So it's like, I don't know, but I know that I don't have any part of me that wants dreads again. And you'll know if that changes, because I'll have dreads again, but at this point, I don't miss them. I love them, and I don't miss them in the same way, and I said this on my blog last year, in the same way that I love a sweater that I had as a child. My aunt got me this purple sweater, and I loved it. I loved it. It was my favorite sweater. I would dream, and that would be the clothes that I was wearing in my dreams. Like, I don't want to try it on again. It doesn't fit. It is a beautiful, awesome part of my history. I have great memories. I love it, but I don't want to try it on again. It wouldn't fit me, and it's the same with dreads. It's just this beautiful, wonderful part of my history, and I love it, and I love seeing other women with it, and it's different for everybody, and I love that. And it would be uncomfortable to try to fit it on again, just like, my childhood sweater. I'm not going to fit in what I wore when I was 8. I'm not going to fit in what I wore a year ago, because sometimes we change that drastically, or sometimes life just changes and it's time for something different and something new. So, gosh, what are the other questions that I've had? Why did I do it? I still get that question on YouTube all the time. Why did you shave your dreads? Because it was the right thing for me to do. Just like it's the right thing for someone else to have them. That doesn't make sense until it's the right thing for you to do. There's been people that thought I was crazy or thought I sold out or whatever, and okay. I hear you. I have a different experience. It was time to let them go. I don't miss them. It was time to have my head shaved. I don't miss it. It was time to, bleach it and color it. Something I've, haven't done since I was, 15. It was time to shave my head and be edgy or punk, as my kid wants to call me. I'm punk. No, I'm not. I'm a nerd. But that's okay, because I look punk. I got a compliment in the mall the other day from a dude who was 20 and was totally punk, and I was like, oh man, I feel so cool right now. I didn't feel old at all. Maybe a little bit, but I felt cool, so that was nice. So yeah, it's been a year. This is where I'm at. I have enjoyed the process of it. The process of thinking about dreads for years, the process of deciding to do it, the process of putting them in, the process of, watching them mature, the process of cutting them off. I've enjoyed the entire thing and what it's brought me and what it's taught me. Like I've said before, it's all been about judgment and acceptance and surrender and self-love and learning and trusting and letting go of what other people will think and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. I'll put a link below this video if you're watching on YouTube and you can look through my archives, but it's been amazing and I recommend it for anybody who feels that pull to do it. Even if you don't go super, super short, but you just, all the way to the skin short, but you just shave it to like this, or maybe a little bit longer than this. Especially if you've never had short hair as a woman, there's something incredibly liberating. It's like wearing heavy energy. Like I said before, my dreads were just so full of energy. And then and all of it falling off of you, and you just kind of like float away. It's really, I know I sound woo-woo, but it's just really enlightening and gorgeous. So, question the idea that you can't. I could never do that. Why? Why could you never do that? Or do you just not want to? Because it's okay to say I don't want to. But be honest with yourself, because sometimes it's, oh, I don't want to, but you're fascinated by it, you're intrigued by it, you keep listening for it and looking at it, and there's something there. Ask yourself what it is, and why you can't do it for yourself, and who says, and what would really happen, and challenge yourself on that. I don't know, just, even if it's not shaving your head, if it's getting a tattoo or piercing your nose, which I'm going to do again this year. It's been a long time. Whatever it is, whatever radical choice that you think you could never do but you secretly want to, ask yourself why. Why you want to, why you think you can't, who told you you can't, and what would really happen, honestly, what would really happen? And then challenge yourself. Because it's been a wild-ass ride, and I cannot imagine experiencing the personal and spiritual growth that I've experienced and coming to a place of deeper acceptance for myself. Not to say that the journey's over, it's not, but I can't imagine not embarking on the process that life offered me when it said, hey, want to judge your hair? Want to shape your head? So, what might you be missing? Go for it. Be edgy. Peace. Hasta luego. Hasta luego! I remembered. Bye, guys. Yeah, I just like, this is what I do in the morning. Maybe with a little water. And then this is what I do all day long. with the sometimes I wake up and I'm like totally rocking the flat top. Play with my cowlicks. I got some killer cowlicks too. Can't tell though, can ya? It's supposed to be purple. Can't really tell. It's kind of like a pinkish, faded out. I call it the Skunky Brewster.